Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, this is going to be a first blood. Can they catch up with it? Oh, LC would love to have the first blood bonus. No, he can get it. Stress picks up that first blood, and poor Boogie unfortunately sacrificed his life to get that rune. And, well, who did that leave? Very up on the up. And now they can even conveniently move on to taking a tower as well. This is a nice early boost for Fnatic, and they're desperately zoning him back. Don't want to get any sort of contention for the deny, and while they secure the tower, it's come with me to pick it up. So very strong start here for Fnatic.
Yeah, definitely. And LC just overestimating, I think, what he could get accomplished there without the support of his team. You see a nice change in favor of Fnatic, and it even tells you the damage done. Look at that. Oh, boy, this is a recap. It's crazy. But yeah, good stuff. Tower, last hit goes to come with me, I think you mentioned. So nice spread of gold around. If he wants the mech, he'll be very close to it. In the top lane, we'll see a rotation as Roger. He gets clapped by Honey. There's your zip-zap forward from Matumba Man. Roger will connect on two, but Matumba Man, he wants it. He has the vortex, but the duel from Stress will keep him alive, and this will be his first bout of bonus damage. Oh, not quite. The duel expires.
That was a cock block if I ever saw one. I mean, to be frank right there, that duel was like, hey, look at me. Look at me. And he immediately takes him down. So, hey, nice early duel, but he actually didn't get the bonus damage. I guess the duel did expire just before.
Just half a second too early.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So it's a little bit experience partially from that tower, but also Ola Nigma come with me, just making things more efficient with his time in the jungle. Fox and mid will get jumped off by Matumba Man. It's going to be a slam dunk as he secures the
He's got no mana though. He gets sprouted up. He's got nowhere to go right now. He has nothing to eat that tree, and these little gremlin things are going to go ahead and bring him down, but it's Visage to get off the kill. So Matumba Man, very sour off what happened in the top lane, gets his revenge, feels a little better getting the Skywrath Mage, but once again, Cleave, they're on top of the game as far as rotating around the map and aiding their allies.
Yeah, it seems like every step Fnatic takes forward, Cleave is right there with a response, but the issue is they're just simply getting out-farmed. The mid lane is still in favor of the Storm Spirit in terms of raw CS. Trixie's still just racking up the last hits down here. He'll actually be the mech carrier. Has headdress already. He'll just dive onto Hakan, connects with the Viper Strike, laying in the poison attacks, and this should be a dead Nature's Prophet. And yep, he'll give him the crabs, as they say, and then he'll just TP back home to safety. Goes down to the Legion Commander, overwhelming the odds, and now Trixie, he'll get dueled, and this will be your first bout of extra damage. We got a winner, and it's a 3-0 as Cleave make a great hold in this mid lane.
Is Arcana letting us know that he has won that duel 424 times. And Stress has played a little bit LC, I
see. Yeah. Duels. Boogie is caught by the duel. Stress will bring him down, and that'll be another winner. The final split comes out, but Roger just stands his ground, lays into the Matumba Man with his silence, brings him down, and he's just too damn tanky for these right clicks in the finals to really make a difference. And now across all these exchanges, Cleave coming out way ahead, really able to bring down Connie. Looks like he'll make it back for now, but Hakan is there, has a Sprout, he'll get turned into a Piggy. There's the Mystic Flare, and it's a 4-0 across the map. And now this tier 2 mid is certain to fall. Glyph is available, but Fnatic are in shambles. Soon upset by Cleave if this keeps up.
Got some people out there ready to make a few amount of rares, I would imagine, if they put them out on the line, because Leave's looking awfully good with this kind of a lineup and for Fnatic, and we're getting to that point in the game where it's just going to be too hot to handle right now. You know, Stress now bearing 104 bonus damage on his Legion Commander. You know, Bull goes forward to getting its Daedalus, I would imagine, that extra bit of damage. Nature's Prophet, he's got his Sheep Stick, you know, anything he could ask for. That Drow's also farmed out of her mind, right? It's just, this is going to be too much. I don't know how they're going to be able to stop everything, and if Cleave starts split pushing the lanes, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to play it safe for now. Roche is back up, and Drow's getting something started.
So 20-7, looking at the graph, yeah, about 12,000 gold, 14,000 experience. We are almost at that insurmountable mark as Cleave go right into the Roche pit. Khan has 6,000 gold on this Prophet. Fnatic will try to contest this, but their Enigma's not here. He has a TP, but can only TP to the bottom tier 2. Without a black hole, I don't think they stand any chance of contesting this. Now Fnatic, they just don't seem to be on the same page. Their Enigma's nowhere to be found. And Boogie, he gets liquidated on. Matumba Man comes around the backside, has his BKB on, but there's the duel. It cuts right through that magic immunity. We've got another winner as Roger. BKB on will stand his ground, forced to back out, but here's your black hole coming through. Hani with the right clicks on Stress, but it just tickles. He brings out the Feather Duster. It's not enough to secure the kill, and it'll be a full 5-man wipe with all 5 of Cleave still standing.
That was unfortunate. That looked like potentially one of the better opportunities there for Fnatic, but even that was rough. And You know, I was questioning what could they even do, even if they did get a hold of 3, 4, even 5 people in a black hole. Like, how much damage, honestly, are they going to have to follow it up with? And we saw it's Hani with his Nerf bat trying to just get LC, and it's just not going to clearly be enough. And this is an easy set of racks. They can easily shift over and do serious damage to the bottom as well. And this is going to be over. And for Fnatic, they're going to have to shake this one off when they go into the next match.
Yeah, this is GG territory. I don't know what Fnatic can do at this point. And, you know, we talked so much, not just us. Everyone's been talking a lot about the new streak changes and how much gold Fnatic could get off this team fight. But their basic problems still stand. Even with some big item pickups, they're just lacking damage across the board. And now Stress has an MKB. Wow, does he hit hard. Almost 400 a pop, 350, something like that. And it's just continuing to get worse here. Nature's Prophet with 2,000 gold now. He'll just pick up a straight Daedalus. I won't even go for the Mjolnir, just going raw right.
That's not going to matter anymore. If things weren't hard enough, I mean, there she is with that. So, you know, Force Staff also going to be picked up for the Skywrath Mage. You know, probably the brokest one of his group, but still able to contribute a whole lot. And even in that early game, dishing out the silence and really making things difficult for that Brewmaster just really pays dividends at this point in the game. So now they smoke up. They're looking to shift on over. And, you know, this looks like Fnatic's all or nothing kind of a play as they commit a lot down this mid lane. And they'll just kind of throw it against the wall and hope it sticks at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, the all-in, GG, let's do this thing. They don't have a black hole for another 55 seconds, so this is another problem in a future team fight here. Is I feel like Fnatic absolutely need the black hole to make something happen.
They see pressure bottom, and they're like, we can't lose. If we lose this, we have Megas. So we can't even commit to this mid lane, and their top lane's getting pushed in. They're getting spread thin as it stands right now. And well, it's going to be that moment. Yeah, they're aware that we can't even go for an all or nothing down the mid lane without just getting the Megas. There's the final duel, and well, big props to Cleave, taking advantage of this Legion Commander and Browser's setup and really taking it to Fnatic, who are really banking on some sort of early mid-game snowball factor. It just never really happened. The ball of snow just ended up melting.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the biggest issues for Fnatic was the Storm Spirit. Matumba Man just couldn't really get enough done, and this is one of the reasons I think we've seen Storm fall out of favor recently. He hasn't been picked up so much because he is just so momentum reliant. He doesn't have a great ability to farm, and if you can't get that fast Orchid, can't get that fast core item and pick up kills, then he takes a nosedive. I mean, that game he ended 2-7-0. He was only involved in 2 kills in 37 minutes.
It's rough. Hani had a hard time from start to finish. Matumba Man had a hard time from start to finish, and really there was just nowhere to go from there if those are going to be supposed to be your 2 big boys. Yeah. So rough stuff. Cleave, though, very impressive for a team that's on the bottom. You know, looking pretty good.
16 in the 16-team group stage. They're dead last, so showing us that they still have the skills to pay the bills, and they are worthy of their seat here in the Star Series of StarLadder. We'll have one more game coming up today: Fnatic versus AlbumSheet. They've already been upset once, and now they're getting into do or die mode. Fnatic still have a lot of games to go, and they need these wins for a chance at the top 4.
Especially if you want to move on to some sort of tiebreaker situation. They're going to need the W.
Absolutely. So we'll be back, guys. Thank you for joining us. A short break, and then Fnatic AlbumSheet coming up next.
True, so we'll see. It's a wager button who wants to really take the reins on getting a hold of that, but regardless, I would imagine a Roche in the near future, maybe looking at around the 10 to 15 minute mark if they do get some relative farm to back it up.
Yeah, Vengeful Suicide into the neutrals here, and I want to say that was intentional. I actually didn't catch it, but
yeah, it was intentional.
Hanging on to some unreliable gold, so would have expected her to maybe pick up another TP or something before she went down. But yeah, not quite your first blood, but first death of the game. Be on the dire side. No Fear getting a little more aggressive down in the bottom lane. A big disparity in the offlaners now as he's halfway through level 4, but he's found 16 last hits. And that's almost more than an offlane puck will hope for.
No, he's having a really good time in the offlane. Yeah, he's having a fantastic time here in the offlane.
Rotations.
This is good. I wasn't expecting a whole lot of early aggression in this game. It seemed like both sides were going to look to go for a bit of a stalemate to start it out. The Vengeful Spirit of all heroes in this game is the one to rotate around and find something. So she's hiding in the dark here, all smoked up, blazing it here, and pushes forward, looking for that Bane, and oh, unfortunately those Naga illusions are going to prevent him from getting too far forward.
Yep, that'll be the end of that little skirmish. Rotation towards the mid lane as Enigma moves in to pressure back Shomi and trying to just help out this LC. The gap continues to grow, and this is what happens when the Shadow Fiend starts to get control of the lane earlier on. It just gets so much harder to recover as down bottom, Matumba Man finds the bounty rune, fills up his bottle, will take a stun, and he'll be just fine. All that huge base armor on the Naga, keeping her safe, but 43-10 on the Shadow Fiend compared to the 17-1 on Hani's LC. That alone is just, this is bad news for Fnatic on that front.
Yeah, and we'll see what Chomi likes to invest in early on. He could go for the early survivability, get a hold of a BKB sooner rather than later, or but like I said, I mean, BKB is, a fantastic guy normally on Shadow Fiend, but against this kind of a team, it's not going to work against Black Hole, it's not going to work against Ensnare, it's not going to work against the, Fiend's grip, so we'll see if that's going to be enough for him to wager picking up something.
Will overwhelm the odds to get things started, but Boogie, he gets dropped to get things started as Chomi just clicks him down. This Shadow Fiend's hitting like a Mack truck, cruising down the freeway with the brake lines cut, and he finds an easy kill. Naga Siren, though, Matumba Man gets a free tower kill down to the bottom lane. Up top, Hate Visitor denies that tower, now in the mid. Fight's breaking out all over the place. They want to bring down Hani, but he blinks back to safety, and now AlbumSheet move into this tower. It will end up being a 2-for-1 tower trade, though one of the lost towers for AlbumSheet was denied.
Shadow Blade.
Shadow
Blade. I haven't seen that in quite a while. Maybe more often in pub play, but
yeah, definitely. Midas as Chomi gets jumped on. Looks like we could have another winner. No, Dazzle will be there with the Grave. They'll around, and Chomi will come out the winner. He finds a kill out of it. Trixie comes in. That'll bring him down. No fear, getting clicked hard by Trixie, but will be able to live as he goes puck out. And now can they turn it around on Trixie as he TP's home? Nope, no way to interrupt it. But great trade this time for AlbumSheet. Dazzle in the right place at the right time, and allows the turnaround.
One of those extra benefits from having a Dazzle support this game, and probably the reason they picked it up, is as long as he can get proper positioning, he'll be right there with that Grave, and he maxed out that Grave. So
I liking Wolves help secure those kills, so kind of a chaotic fight.
How much gold are they going to be getting from this fight now? They took down
a lot.
They took down the Furion, they took down Naga. There's a fight recap. I want to see this. Gold change. Wow! 3.7k in favor of AlbumSheet.
Wow, look at that experience change as well. That was a big team fight, and that helps get them back in this game a little bit. We'll see the graphs kind of update here, and no fear, going blow for blow with the puck. He will get off the phase shift, should be able to survive as Hani comes in. Duel at the ready. Wants some free damage here. Will get stuck up from the bench, but if he can duel either of them, this is free damage. Just finishes off the puck with some overwhelming odds. Aloha Dance juking very effectively here. The dagger getting constantly interrupted. In
2 seconds he could blink, but it's going to be too late.
Oh man, fancy footwork though from the Venge. And good stuff from AlbumSheet, so they're on their road to recovery here, Kato Guy. Another one of those, and they'll be in great shape. Chomi comes in, just drops the Enigma. And there you go, 11-15, just like that. AlbumSheet showing us a sign of life, and Hani has a blink dagger. I don't think they've scattered him out, maybe just assuming he TP'd home, and they won't be venturing around to find him.
900. Click. He gets it off this time. Oh, thank goodness. But do they have the damage to bring him down? Refresher. He pulls it out early, but they managed to finally bring down the big black one. And, well, Hani gets spoiled up, but, there he, what? Okay, he comes back right to the hole. Come with me, ends up falling, and ends up being a trade, but still 3-for-1 all day. Finally advantage to Fnatic. It seemed like the first fight in quite some time that they're able to get something going in their favor. This forces a buyback to come out from the Shadow Fiend as their bottom base begins to become very, very threatened. Trixie, the head commander, of getting pushed into the base right now. There's your Song of the Siren, going to be pulled out by Matumba Man to lock him in
pace. Them all in place. Now the top lane in trouble. The tower goes down. Like it'll get the deny, but what a buyback from Trixie. Now the rat pushing is a big problem, but Naga Siren gets left behind. No Song to make the retreat, and they will chase her down. Aloha Dance has already used the swap. We'll have a blink dagger up if he can get in range, but the Radiance Burn interrupting him. Chomi won't be able to stop Matumba Man from TPing out. Boogie, he'll get crit down, but yeesh. Okay, so that will be 2 tier 3 towers killed, and the last one very low. One buyback was used on each side. No, 2 buybacks. Sorry, pardon me. Puck also bought back for that. So AlbumSheet do definitely have to pay more than Fnatic for that, but now they will secure Roshan, and that helps split the difference a bit.
I mean, that just goes to show that, you know, Fnatic do manage to get the upper hand in some of these fights. AlbumSheet are going to lose their base really quickly. You know, luckily they had some of the buybacks available that are really contest the push that was coming their way, but the next go-around, if they lose a fight, they could lose a set of racks very, very quickly. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Who even knows?
AlbumSheet will press forward now. They know the Black Hole and the Refresher on cooldown for another 90 seconds. This is a huge window of opportunity. The problem is just dealing with the Rat Dota. Trixie in the bottom lane. He's pressing forward. He'll try to do some damage here. Hani has BOTs up. He'll move into the top lane, and there is no glyph for AlbumSheet, so they need to be very cautious on how they approach this. They'll get the tier 2 tower. Radiant side still have a glyph standing. Bottom tier 3 tower goes down. Trixie going to work on the barracks. Top barracks will start to take some damage, but AlbumSheet, they look like they're almost all in here. They're going to go straight for the high ground. Glyph comes in. They've already lost their top lane of barracks. Bottom lane taking a lot of damage. They want to win the game right here. Song of the Siren flies through. That stops them. Oh, there. Never mind. Pardon me. Song of the Siren still available. Tier 3 tower in the mid goes down.
Have that benefit. And look at Fiend's Grip from Bane. We don't see a whole lot from him. Actually locks him in place. And, well, this song's going to delay them a bit as they're going for the Megas on the other side of things. It's Hani and Trixie hand in hand to take down the last set of racks, and there it is.
All racks from the Bane. They're going all in. We've got a good old-fashioned base race on our hands as AlbumSheet. They'll go straight for the tier 4s. Trixie coming in. Isolates no fear. Chomi has an Aegis of the Immortal. He'll go down, but he's coming right back up. Both tier 4 towers have fallen. Can AlbumSheet do it? All of Fnatic can come back on the defensive. They have to make the hold here. There's the duel from Hani onto Chomi. That secures the kill, and it looks like Fnatic will hold. Lycan will buy back, but Mega Creeps have come out on the side of Fnatic, and looks like this is going in the Radiant's favor, as now all they have to do is hold on.
Yep, and unfortunately Lycan does buy back, but he comes back to a house that's been ravaged. Where is everything? The kitchen's destroyed, the living room's upside down, it's all gone. We have nothing left, folks. The Megas are now swarming into our base. And I would imagine at this point, Fnatic do hold control. We got another over a minute before even Shadow Fiend's going to be available to come back into this one. And it's clear that he's been the dark horse for them this game to try to bring it back, being the true damage dealer. You know, Lycan, being a Lycan, it's been relatively well, but not as good as we've seen in, you know, past patch and typically what you'd like out of your Lycanthrope. But for Fnatic, this is time. They break the base, they're looking to move on in, and they gave a bit of a, you know, advantage here for AlbumSheet to try to come back into this game, but it looks like this is going to be it for him. There's your Black Hole.
Oh, the swap onto the Lycan keeps him alive. Well, high damage will go down as he gets sucked towards the middle of the Nether. Inquisitor coming in. There's your second Black Hole. It's been refreshed. Will isolate the Lycan, and this will be GG. Big Numb, the lone survivor, not much it down. What to do? They'll GG out, and Fnatic will take the win, but that was kind of a nail biter to the Bitter Egg Title guy for a moment there. It looked like AlbumSheet might be able to win that base race.
You really figured that Fnatic would have had a much easier time given the advantage they had early into the mid game, but you know, they were giving AlbumSheet a bit of a moment there to come back in and give Fnatic a run for their money. But ultimately, in the end, that all-in play in the mid lane just wasn't enough.
Yeah, certainly not. And that's where Song of the Siren really comes in handy in that late game. Just using it as a delay tactic, that bought them a good 5-6 seconds, just stopped dead in their tracks, also prevented them from TPing back to defend the base if they were so inclined. So that secured the Mega Creeps for Fnatic and delayed them long enough for their Ratters to come back. And, I mean, that throne was taking some damage. I think another 5 seconds of right clicks on the throne, it would have been really, really close.
Yeah, well, it would have been, but unfortunately, woulda, shoulda, coulda is not going to be enough, and unfortunately for AlbumSheet, they will go down. Fnatic do get their win, so it's possible they could still be in the run for maybe some tiebreakers.
That now makes them 5-4, so they still have a lot of games to go. They've only played 9, and they still have some rough opponents coming up, so they're still technically in the running, but I will say it's looking pretty grim. If AlbumSheet, the 11th place team, is giving them a run for their money like this, going up against the Big Daddies, your Cloud9s, your Navis, your Team Secrets, I don't know, looking a little bit dark for Fnatic this season to make it to the LAN finals.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We have a couple days left for the European division to see what team will be able to come out and hopefully secure some spots to make the trip to Kiev and StarLadder, but overall still a lot of exciting games. well worth the ticket.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have another day of StarLadder EU coming up tomorrow, guys. Then we'll have our 2-day break, and after that, it's the home stretch. The other sections of StarLadder have wrapped up. SCA now caught in a 3-way tiebreaker for the end. Kadoga was covering some of that last night, and it's now Johnny's Revenge, Titan, and IAP, Execration.
That's correct.
So that'll be an interesting little group stage there for the tiebreaker to see which team, only one, will move to the LAN finals, and we'll have the 4 from EU coming up next week. So we're done for today, though, buddy. At CattleGuy on Twitter, at Sayori TV, and remember, at Beyond the Summit to stay up to date with all things at the studio. We're out for today.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow. Bye-bye.